They came from the deep. Has an urgent duty to press upon a conveniently available adventurer. Your hearing must be exceptional, Kat. If you did not overhear the Link Pearl report, then why? Well, no matter. You are here now, and we could certainly use your aid. I have just received word that raiders have sunk a civilian vessel in the Strait of Murthor. One of our warships is en route as we speak, though I fear there will be little left for them to find. I am uncomfortably familiar with tales of pirates looting, and even commandeering their targets, but to sink the ship entire? An excessively brutal act, even for a buccaneer. No, I'd wager cold hard coin that those thrice damned fishbacks are behind this. Them and their serpent reaver lackeys. The Sahagin have much to answer for. Vengeance will be forthcoming, but let us first focus on rescuing what poor souls we may. While the warship scours the waters, I would have you head to eastern Lenosha and look for any survivors washed up on the sands of the Bloodshore. One of my soldiers, Private Wilfalk, has been deployed to coordinate the search. Speak with him when you arrive, and he will direct your efforts to where they are most needed. May Limlean guide your steps. Wilfalk. Oh.
You're one of the commander Riki sent to expect then. I'm Wilfalk, a private in the commander's foreign levy. As you can see, there ain't much for me to coordinate. The fishbacks made a good old mess of that ship. Seems barely a handful of old poor buggers were sailing on it made it ashore alive. Oh my god.
Where am I? Where's Robin? Where's my son?
Now, if you calm yourself down, good wife, we'll have your boy back in your arms before you can spit up another lungful of seawater. The tide's been merciful to a fortunate few like the good wife here, and carried them all away from the beach. To the beach. Here, you'll be needing some old medical supplies for the bleeding and the injured. Take a walk along the coast now, and help them as ain't beyond helping. Oh my god. Okay.
I'm aiding you. Hi, Tali. I made it. One moment was sailing along, happy as ye can please. The next I was struggling to keep me head above the waves. Well, I got you, buddy. Okay, Tali. There you go, baby. But Kat, I got you blue. Oh my god. Blue and yellow. No. Alright.
Me shoulder. It burns. Don't take me arm, I'm begging ye.
Oh.
Oh, I can feel me fingers again. Those gutless fishbacks, they were over the rail and swinging before I could stammer out a prayer to the navigator. Okay, excuse me. I can barely breathe. Thank you. Thank you. What in the seven hells is this? Bloodshore? Oh.
Okay. Are none of these your kid? Because that'd be really awkward.
Oh, we've slammed into me rocks. They cut me up some, I think. Is it bad?
It's okay, I've got a potion.
My thanks. I feel much better now. All I can remember is an impact like bloody thunder and the deck lurching beneath my feet. Then they came aboard.
Okay. Hi.
You've saved some lives this day, lad. 'Tis a terrible thing that happened, but you take what solace you can in the little victories. Not that any amount of solace have me forgiven those blasted fishbacks. Ye expect attacks on the Navy. That's what we signed up for. But sinking a civilian ship with women and children aboard, the Sahagin have ice water for blood, I tell you.
No, not my little Robin.
My condolences, good wife. I know how hard this must. Leviathan scaly arse.
Ew. I don't want to think about that.
Sahagin here?
Psh, psh.
What? You didn't get your fill of slaughter out at this on the straight? If you want to finish the job you started, then you best start with me.
Psh.
Aw, they brought the kid.
Mom! Robin? My darling Robin? Mom, there you are. Oh, my dear Robin, you're safe. Thank the 12 above. These fish are friends. Yeah.
Not food. The lad's alive? What manner of fishback trickery is this? Hi, Lycan. Hello, hello. What a time to come in.
Hi, Robin. I'm fine, if a bit wet. I thought I would sink right to the bottom of the sea, but then some nice fishmen came and saved me. They were not like the scary ones that came after our ship, but the stories say that all the fishmen are nasty. Isn't that odd? Oh, might I ask you a favor? I found this necklace at the bottom of the boat the nice fishmen used to carry me to the shore. I'm certain it must be one of theirs. I'd take it back to them myself, but I don't think my mom would like that. Could you maybe return it for me? The last I saw, they were swimming towards western Lenosha. That must be where they live. I wonder if their houses are made of seaweed.
Okay. Young sir.
What is the meaning of this trespass? I would skewer you where you stand, finless one. Psh, you carry the necklace of Clutch Father, Nove? How is it that you possess this cherished treasure? You come at the behest of the child he saved? Such unusual manners of Shorewalker. Psh, you may pass. Seek out the Clutch Father, Nove, and be sure to keep your tone respectful. He is the elder of our clan. Okay.
I love their aesthetic. Underwater mermaid, let's go.
Rare is it to see a shortwalker in our midst. I am Nove, Clutch Father to this clan of spawnlings. Ah, the finless child bid you return my necklace, did he? Psh, no, I had no special reason for saving the boy. Only that for the Sahagin, as it is for your shorewalkers, offspring are considered the most precious of treasures. All that reside here are bound by ties of blood. All are the children of the Clutch Father. Only slightly less precarious to me than my spawn is the trinket you bring. It was a gift, a commendation of our beloved matriarch. I thank you for returning it to me. We have a saying, the favor of one is repaid by the gratitude of the Clutch. Psh, I welcome you to our home. Perhaps a modest banquet is in order. I do not know, however, if your spread will agree with your shorewalker stomach.
Okay. Clutch and Kin needs your help to rein in one of his spawnlings. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Psh, you witnessed the aftermath of the attack in the Strait of Melthor? Yes, it was indeed perpetuated by Sahagin. The individuals responsible for are called the Coral Tridents. They reside in the Sapsa spawning grounds, and they are known among our people as a volatile and fanatical faction. We had hoped to prevent them from ever reaching that vessel, but alas, the current was not in our favor. Foolishness. Their actions only invite further violence through retaliation. And what of Nov and his clutch, you ask? We live apart from the spawning grounds and pursue a separate agenda. I do not claim to understand the structure of your civilization, but for us Sahagin, each clan of clutch mates is led by a single clutch father. The indigo matriarch, what you might call our queen, bestows each clutch of her eggs upon only the bravest and most seasoned warriors. It is then a clutch father's duty to raise and instruct his charges in the ways of our people. But for our cycle to continue, the matriarch must have a secure environment in which to bear her offspring. That is why we chose to make this land our home. It is unfortunate, then, that the Sapsa spawning grounds have become the locus of such conflict. If only our more shore walkers were like you and spent a moment to understand our situation. Clutch Father, I need your counsel. What have I taught you, Sue? A Sahagin does not flail and splash about so. He rolls with the waves and rides the currents. Forgive me, Clutch Father. It is Pew, our 6th youngest brother. What of him? He left the nursery without permission, and he spoke of talking Shench into the coral trident. His brain is as soft as his spawnling scales, and this is at a time when I cannot afford to take my eyes off the rest of the clutch. Though our stance towards each other is not yet clear, Shorewalker, I ask a boon of you. Save my foolish son. So Sue here will have more to say on the subject, I'm sure. Jeez, so much drama all of a sudden. Okay. Sue. You have no scales, and yet the Clutch Father seems to trust you. I shall do this shame. As you just heard, my brother Pew has taken it upon himself to educate the coral tridents. He is one of our more impetuous spawn brothers, and yet young. He does not realize the peril he puts himself in. The tridents will not listen to Pew's reasoning. They will laugh as they impale him with their spears. Please bring Pew back to safety to the nursery. By now he must be some distance across land base, close to North Tidegate. Alright. I'm assuming this is for me. This concerns you not, Shorewalker. Away with you, finless one. Or it does concern me, and I'm helping. No, I don't want to fate. Pew. Oh. Rescued by a shorewalker? What am I to tell Clutch Father Nove, Spawn Brothers Sue bid you come to my aid? I did not understand these Coral Trident warriors. I scarce opened my maw before they proceeded to beat me bloody. The Clutch Father always says that the currents of discussion carry us to enlightenment, but it seems the words of a spawnling count for little and less. I simply wanted to put into practice what my clutch mates and I had been taught. Now I surely face a punishment in addition to my beating. Poor dude. Bad fate. Okay. Welcome back, Shorewalker. You are kind to endanger yourself, though you owe us no such loyalty. Pew will be appropriately disciplined for his reckless actions. Now more than ever, the Sahagin must act with caution and wisdom. Many of our people reside peacefully within our city in the Indigo Deep, but our civilization faces a steady and treacherous decline. We must venture onto land to secure spawning grounds, to lay our eggs, and build nurseries to raise our young. It is an essential element of our breeding cycle, an instinct too powerful to ignore. Our traditional spawning grounds were, however, annihilated in the calamity. Thus, were we forced to seize this new location, the region the Finless ones call Western Lenosha. It is not surprising that the Shorewalkers view our sudden, aggressive expansion as not more than an invasion, but this seemingly unprovoked attack on their territory is, in truth, a desperate struggle for survival. Without a place to rear offspring, the Sahagin race is doomed. We are in no position to wage a war against the Shorewalkers. We must attempt a parley and learn to exist side by side. The Coral Tridents, as you have no doubt realized, do not comprehend the merits of a diplomatic approach. They seek only to control the weak of mind, those like their brutal serpent reavers, and slaughter all those who oppose them. Do not mistake me as a traitor to my kind. I hold no love for finless ones. I shed no salty tears when the great Leviathan is summoned and the Lord of Wool gathers new drowned shorewalkers to his fold. But conflict with our peoples is not the answer to our woes. We must look beyond the present and ensure calmer waters in which in the future of our race can thrive. Shorewalker, your arrival is a precious gift. I would have you become the first stone of the bridge I hope to build between our peoples, and the rock which blunts the mindless spears of the Coral Tridents. I pray you, lend us your aid. Okay. Psh, lend myself to your cause. Psh. Your presence is most welcome, Shorewalker. My warriors are eager, but lack the experience to engage such vicious opponents as the Coral Tridents. We will halt the Zealots' advance at the shoreline and begin to repair the damage they have done to our chance of peace. There is much work ahead, but together we can put an end to the meaningless bloodshed.
So much talking. Jesus Christ. All right. Now they're unlocked. I don't remember their voices. The Scarlet Bloodletter. Nove needs a rock to sink the bloodthirsty ambitions of the Coral Tridents.
Psh, the tide brings ill news, Shorewalker. It seems the Coral Tridents and their finless pets, the Serpent Reavers, are now even swarming other vessels off the coast of Western Lenosha. But there's still time. We must not let them sink the ship as they did the last one. Should the Tridents continue to agitate the waters with such abandon, the Shorewalker elders will surely bring their armies against us. Shorewalker, psh. Kat, is it? I need you to become the rock I spoke of when we first met. Board the trading vessel known as the Swallow as soon as you're able, and blunt the thrusts of my foolhardy kin. We Sahagin are comfortable with swimming long distances, but you have not the required physiology. You must speak to my son, Pa. The Alps he breeds are trained to carry those wounded in deep water skirmishes, but they will just as easily carry an uninjured warrior into battle. Psh, you are sea beast steed weights. Sea beast steed, yes. Words.
Psh, the Clutch Father has told me of your need. This Elpst is the largest and swiftest creature in my stable, and should have no difficulty in bearing you across the waves. Be sure you are prepared for heavy combat, Shorewalker. The Coral Tridents often bring their own sea beasts into battle, ill-treated and foul-tempered brutes all, and I speak not of the Serpent Reavers, though the description may be apt. Psh, are you ready to ride my Elpst to the Swallow, finless one? Yeah.
Cutscene. Mikate lore. Let's go. Aw, the little collar's so cute. I don't remember. I think that might be the mount you get. Might be the mount you get for doing their beast tribe. I don't entirely remember though. And the sylphs you get a Gaboo? Swallow Captain. Please take whatever you want. Just let me keep my insides on inside. Huh? You don't work for those marrow-sucking fishbacks? You're here to rescue me and my crew? Well then, I won't question how you reached us in the middle of the ocean without a vessel of your own. This proud lady is the Swallow, but I'm her slightly less than proud captain. We were, in fact, in the ignoble process of abandoning ship. If you truly wish to save our skins, then I would be much obliged if you were to stall the enemies on deck while my men continue to prepare for the lifeboats. Stall them, you ask? Try spilling some of their black blood and see if that helps. I don't like a lot of the terminology people use for the Sahagins. It makes me very uncomfortable. Alright. Guess we're just distracting. Anyone answered? But the shark is a cash shop? Oh, got you. Gotcha. That is the mount you get? Okay, I couldn't remember. I love the details in this game. Thank you for explaining them. Heck yes. Well, when I know them, heck yes, I will. All day, every day. I mostly know Mikate because I am one, but. Get them all. Dun, dun. Is it just me or is it quiet today? Has it been quiet this whole time? Hold on. Why is... Nobody said anything. It was so quiet. I checked last night to make sure that the mixer was the right sound, and it was, but I guess it like reset. I'm like, why has this been so quiet? Well, luckily not for main story. Oops for Beast Tribe, though. That was really quiet. You guys were barely hearing that at all. I'm so sorry. By the Navigator's nightshirt, you certainly are a force of nature. I was so focused on your deadly dance that I scarce noticed the lifeboats were in the water. As much as it pains my heart to lose my dear Swallow, losing my innards would be more painful still. Come, brave lad. I can hear the tavern and aleport calling our names. I didn't notice anything wrong, but now that you've turned it up, it seems more obvious. It's okay. Nope. Thank you for your aid, my stalwart friend. If you hadn't inexplicably appeared, Malms, from the coast without a sail in sight, I fear my crew and I would now be taking our final rest in the ocean bed, along the side the broken hull of my sweet Swallow. I had but recently fitted the ship with lifeboats, and I am full glad that I did. 'Twas the sinking of that trading ship not long past that promised me to take such precautions, and awful business that. Tell me, how is an honest man meant to make a living when the trade routes are thus preyed upon? How can mere merchants be expected to fight through a sea of slavering fishbacks? The ones that attacked us were so bold as to introduce themselves before clambering up our rails. The coral tridents, they said they were, and praised their leader as some manner of red-hued sea devil. Red-hued sea devil? Who is that? Oh, hello. Sure, I'll give you a deep voice. Pray forgive my outburst. Storm Lieutenant Koguru. At your service. Captain, and this is of vital importance. Do you recall exactly which red hue the Sahagin used to describe their leader? It wouldn't happen to have been scarlet, would it? Well, now that you mention it, I'm fairly certain it was scarlet. If it were crimson or carmine, I'm sure I would have remembered. A merchant captain must keep abreast of such details, you understand. 12 above! The demon rises from the depths once more! Is something terribly amiss, Lieutenant? Some 15 years ago, there was one Sahagin pirate as of such cruelty, such depravity, that he plunged the entire region of western Lenosha into gibbering terror. The hands of the stoutest sailor would shake at the mere hint of his shadow on the waves. Truly, he was a monster that froze the hearts of men. Even the knights of the Barracuda were powerless to halt this villain's rampage. So much delight did he take in the act of slaughter that the white coral necklace he wore was stained perpetually red with blood. Thus was the beastman whispered in the tavern room tales of the Scarlet Sea Devil. 'Tis been so long since the name's been uttered, I thought him perished of old age, but it appears the horror lives on. These are dark days, my friends. I must return to Camp Skull Valley and report this development to the commander, Falk Breda, at once. Bye. Well, this sea devil fellow sounds awfully unpleasant, doesn't he? Perhaps losing my ship was not the most terrible fortune after all. I managed to save some things from the hold before we fled. I would be honored if you were to accept a small token of my gratitude. It is not, alas, a sack bulging with coin. But you will, however, find no finer friend than these oranges for fending off illness on long sea voyages. Thanks for the oranges, bro. Hey. Hi, baby.
Cat, you have returned. My spawnlings have heard rumors of the Coral Trident camp, that the crew of the Swallow escaped with the aid of an Elbist riding shorewalker. Pshahaha, well done. Though the ship was taken, the lives you saved will spare us much enmity. Psh, what is it you have there?
Here's a reward.
Ah, I have seen the like of these before. Fruit, yes? Picked up from your land-grown trees.
They would like some.
Clutchfather, what are those? They smell strange. Oranges? Do they taste as good as sea cucumbers? They are a gift from our shorewalker friend. Be sure to thank him, and share them evenly among your clutchmates. Psh, thank you, shorewalker. Still so innocent. But I cannot shelter them from the world's harsh truths forever. What of you, Cat? Have you any offspring?
No.
I imagine a warrior of your stature would have received many eggs from your matriarch.
Excuse me?
But you shorewalkers do not lay eggs, correct? Psh, there is much I am unfamiliar with concerning your kind. But there is also much of our people that you likely find mysterious. For example, why have the Coral Tridents suddenly come to prominence? Those who succeed in battle are vaunted among their kin, and with their strategic use of serpent reavers, the Tridents have achieved a growing number of victories. Now you tell me that boasts of a new leader. You are certain of the name? Psh, this does not bode well for our plans at all. I did not expect the Scarlet Sea Devil to return.
Okay. That's probably fine, right? And now I'm recognized with them. Let's go. Gilling me softly. All right, Nove. Sup, buddy? Watching the spawn. Nove is in need of someone to watch his clutch while he attends to an important task. I don't really remember his voice. Let's go. Oh.
Psh, Cat, I wish to ask a tedious favor of you. There is a task to which I must attend, a task that will take me away from the nursery for a time. Thus, I would have you watch over my clutch while I'm gone. You need not feed or discipline the spawnlings. Few Ho and Sue have such duties well in hand. Psh, the Coral Tridents concern me. It would be foolish to think our acts of sabotage have escaped their notice, and they surely desire vengeance. Thus far, my presence has been sufficient to deter any such reprisals, but should they learn of my absence... Psh, to where do you travel, Clutchfather? This is the tasks of which you speak.
What is this task?
Do not question your elders, Sue. Your duty is to care for your spawn brothers, that and not more. Psh, I leave the safety of the nursery to you, Kat. I will return as soon as I am able. Psh, but Clutchfather!
What he up to? Okay.
I have never known the Clutchfather to leave the nursery in another's care. The fate of our people must hang in the balance. Psh, I wish only that he would trust us with the details. Spawnlings we may be, but we have taken our warrior rights, and yet the Clutchfather will not even describe to us the battles of his youth. Now that I think on it, he has told us almost nothing of himself. We know little of his past, or of his part in the old wars. Psh, will you do something for me, Kat? I want you to find out about this vital task, and learn if there is aught we can do to aid the Clutchfather. Many of our older kin speak of him with reverence and respect. They live scattered about our territory, the Reef of Sending, Reaver Tide, and even one on Moonshade Isle, though you may need one of Pa's Alps to carry you there. Perhaps it is their stories you might hear the clue we need to solve this mystery. Now, to get him to speak with you, you'll need to show them this shell inscribed with our clutch mark. It should cause their memories to tumble forth of their own accord. The elders do love a reminisce about the old days.
Okay.
My obelisk is ready to bear you to Moonshade Isle, Shorewalker.
Sure, let's go. I can almost wring out my backpack. Wait, what'd you do? Oh, if it rains a lot tomorrow again, I'll either get soaked at work or at home. I'm gonna cry, not that anyone will notice due to me being soaked. Oh, Demones! All the hugs. What's up, buddy? Ooh, almost fell.
Psh, leave me be, Shorewalker.
Oh god, Bear. Baron has decided he wants the cat tree now.
This is my isle. I am harming no one.
Here's a seashell.
Why do you carry Nov's clutch mark? Has he cashed his lot with the finless ones? But it is too late for Nov. His time ended long ago. Zug is the champion of the spawning grounds now. No other warrior is fit to claim the mantle of the Scarlet She-Devil. Mark my words, he shall rise to greatness on a mountain of Shorewalker bones.
Oh. Okay, hate that. Okay, I think this is the only one here.
Psh, this is a sacred place, Shorewalker. Only the tridents of fallen Sahagin are allowed to impale the Reef of Sending. You come at the behest of Nov's clutch? The spawnlings wish to know more of their Clutchfather, do they? Psh, it is odd that they send a Shorewalker, but then many things appear odd in my aged eyes. Listen well, Finless One. Nov was once the undisputed leader of the Coral Tridents, a mighty warrior who thought of naught but the glory and prosperity of his people. You tell his offspring that. You tell them they ought to be proud of their Clutchfather and his deeds.
Aww.
Psh, why do you bother me, Finless One? I do not summon any Reavers to do my bidding. Psh, show you are the one the others have seen consorting with the Nov's clutch. Fortunate for you that all Shorewalkers look the same to us. If you are seeking your Sahagin friend, I hear Nov has come to parley with Zug in the Serpent's Tongue. I can only guess at the subject of their discussion. Here, take your shell back, Finless One.
Okay.
Well, Kat, did the old ones have much to say? Psh, Clutchfather once led the Coral Tridents. Incredible. And now you say he goes to meet with the Trident's current leader? Psh, he cannot possibly expect to negotiate with those fanatics. The stink of ambush upon this parley reaches me even here. Psh, oh, Clutchfather, this is why you choose to attend the meeting without your spawnlings. You mean to fight those savages alone. Finless One, psh, Kat, I would willingly face battle myself, but I cannot abandon my duty to protect my clutchmates. It falls to you to ensure this does not end in tragedy. The Clutch Father is meeting with the Coral Trident in the Shepherd's Tongue. You are the only one I can trust to rescue him when the parley turns shower, and you can be sure it will.
Okay. Oh, cussing.
You come alone into our lair, Nav. Your mind is wilted as your Finn's old one. Or maybe I'll have him have a deep voice, I don't know. Fair greeting to you, too, young Zug. Psh, you have no right to call me by that name. I am the Scarlet Sea Devil. Enemies of the Coral Tridents tremble at my coming. You would do well to show some respect. Psh. Calm yourself, Zug. I did not come here to trade insults. I only wish to talk. Have you thought about our future, Zug? The future of the Sahagin? Have you seen how our people fade into darkness like the evening sun sinking below the ocean waves? Psh, psh, psh. Psha! Poetry, Nav! You have become even more pitiful than I suspected. You were once feared above all, bloodthirsty as a shark, deadly as a ray's sting, savage as a sea's serpent, the terror of the indigo deep. Psh, you were the first Scarlet Sea Devil. Have you forgotten who you truly are? I consigned that title to the deep long ago, along with my heinous past. Psh, and that is why your legacy must live on through me. The Coral Tridents will thrust their spears into the very heart of this land and bathe in the gushing blood of the finless ones. If we lack the territory to which to spawn, then we shall take it by force. Our offspring will thrive on sand that has drunk the life waters spilled from our enemies. Psh, I see my words are wasted on you. It is so hard to understand, Zug. Is it so hard? What is needed right now is diplomacy and not war. Your hubris will doom our spawnlings to lives of violence and misery, with the edge of a soldier's blade the only Circe's. The only doomed one here is you. Do you expect to leave here alive, Nov? Psh, kill the traitor, rip off his fins, strip away his scales. Psh.
Does he have the echo?
Psh. Psh. You said he was weak now, feeble.
They were all like, fuck this.
Psh, cowards, spineless sea dogs.
Baron does not like this voice. Keeps looking at me.
Return to the shallows, Zug. You are not ready for the ocean deep. Psh, this is far from over, old one. As the infirmities of age claim your vigor, I shall only grow stronger. We shall see which of us is remembered by history as the true Scarlet Sea Devil.
Aww.
Kat, You stood ready to rush to my rescue? Psh, I smell Shu's hand in this. I yet think of him as my little spawnling, but his instincts are those of a warrior grown. Psh, my strength has not dimmed so much that I need cower behind the fins of my offspring. But you have my thanks all the same. Come, let us return to the nursery. It would not be wise for you to linger here.
Hey, we did it. Nope, more, okay.
Psh, an explanation is in order, Kat. Sue, I would have you hear this as well. I am listening, Clutch Father. There is much I have kept from the Clutch, but the wreckage of my past cannot stay submerged forever. It is time to tell you my tale. 15 years ago, I led the Coral Tridents to countless acts of piracy. Pillage, slaughter, kidnapping. There was no foul deed I did not commit. For the shorewalkers of Lenosha, I was a nightmare made flesh. A demon from the Indigo Deep, the Scarlet Sea Devil. All those I killed, all the land I seized, I did so for the future of my people. I had not a single shred of doubt that my actions were just. I was as zealous as Zug is now. It is tradition among the Sahagin that our queen, the Indigo Matriarch, reward a proven warrior with a clutch of her eggs. Such a champion earns the right to become Clutch Father in the spawnlings thus hatched. Even among the elite, my victories overshadowed all the others. The matriarch honored me with more than 100 eggs, from which many healthy offspring emerged. My clutch was the envy of the tribe. Never in my arrogance and pride did I expect what was to happen next. I returned to my nursery after a typical campaign of looting ships, only to be greeted by a sight that haunts me to this day. A broken corpse of my spawnlings, strewn on top of one another in a gruesome mountain of death. This was an act of pure vengeance. The shorewalkers had trailed me to our island home and waited patiently for me to leave. Then they put my children to the sword. Psh, I wept and howled until it seemed my sanity had fled, and then all at once I understood. The blame of my spawnling's grisly fate. It belonged with me. Hate and suffering brings only more of the same. It draws you into a whirling maelstrom of reprisal and retaliation that leads to naught but soulless abyss. My salvation lay in the few unhatched eggs that had somehow escaped the bloody retribution. I cast away my hollow dreams of glory and focused on raising my surviving sons, you and your spawn brothers, Sue. The Scarlet Sea Devil died that day. No of the Clutch Father was born. Psh, I am proud of you, Clutch Father. We will stop the Coral Tridents, I promise you. Not just for ourselves, but for the clutch mates we left behind. Does it all make sense now, Kat? The reason I recruited you to our cause? To be truthful, I have never forgiven the Shorewalkers for what was done, but I will never let my actions be guided by rage, for that path will not bring us peace I desire. No, I would create a legacy worth leaving for my children. Let us continue building that bridge, Kat.
Aww, poor buddy. We did it, but poor buddy. Look at that hand hip. We're now friendly. Gilling me softly. Let's go. Friendly. Like Clutch, father, like son. Nov is clearly agitated by recent development concerning the Coral Tridents.
Our efforts to achieve peace have all been in vain, Kat. By undermining Zug's leadership at the farce of a parley, I'm afraid I have stripped away what little restraint he had left. The Coral Tridents have attacked yet another ship, and this time they have taken a prisoner. Psh, While the raid itself is sufficient cause for concern, the fools have abducted a high-ranking Lominson official. Now the situation is political. If the threat posed by the return of Lord Leviathan weren't enough, then this incident will surely be pressure on the Shorewalker elders to escalate their engagement to full-scale war. Kat, I beg you, you must speak with the Maelstrom commander. It is vital that we learn what plans have been set in motion, and if there is aught we can do to contain the damage caused by Zug's insanity. The nearest officer of rank will be a Camp Skull Valley. You are a mighty hero. Perhaps your words will sway the Maelstrom from the path they doubtless do not wish to tread.
Okay. All right, Falkbrider, you gonna be Lotta. I have no tasks for you at present, adventurer. A recent crisis is demanding our full attention, and it is no simple matter of ousting a nest of belligerent dodos. The Scarlet Sea Devil is an infamous fishback pirate we had long thought perished, has had the temerity to lead an assault on the Lominson warship. In addition to heavy casualties they inflicted on the crew, the Sahagin reportedly took prisoner of Counselor of Coin. Counselor Turston is one of the Admiral's most trusted advisors and an essential figure in the day-to-day running of the Thalassocracy. His abduction is a blatant act of hostility to which the Maelstrom must give an answer. We go to war! Have we considered an alternative course of action? There's only one responsible to this kind of attack. Admiral KatFTWynn has already instructed our troops to make ready for full-scale retaliation. The warships of the Armada are assembled and await but the order to set sail. Those savages won't know what hit them. The charts will need to be redrawn after our cannons are done bombarding their shore. Then we'll send in the ground levy, that's us, to mop up any fishbacks that survive the cannons. Save your breath, adventurer. The fishbacks forfeited any right to negotiation when they laid their slimy talons on our Navy vessel. Brute force is the only language they understand. Uh-oh. This isn't going well.
Psh. So the finless ones will not be deterred from their righteous course. No matter who emerges the victor in the coming conflict, slaughter will be answered with slaughter, and our spawnlings' grounds shall give birth to naught but death. I can see but one way to steer us clear of the abyss. Kat, you and I rescue the Shorewalker official ourselves. Before we can attempt to undo this madness, however, we must first discover where the counselor is being held. An ambitious scheme such as this would have required extensive planning, and Zug likely provided his Serpent Reaver lackeys some manner of written instruction. A search of the Serpent's tongue may provide us with the information we need. Quickly now, Kat. Time is of the essence.
Okay. All right. Bada. Okay. That was quick. All right.
Psh, your search, Kat, was it successful?
Sure.
Ah, yes. The parchment is soiled, but I can still make out the words. They plan to keep the counselor prisoner aboard the Lost Duchess, one of the Reaver's own ships. I do not know if these were Zug's final instructions, but we have no time to assume otherwise. Ride the Elpst out to where the pirate vessel is said to have dropped anchor and take the crew by surprise. Though I do not swim quite so swiftly as one of the Paw's sea beasts, trust that I will not be far behind.
Okay.
The Clutchfather bid me ready as swiftest elbist. Be sure to hold on tightly, Shorewalker.
Sure. I can send a pick and DM.
Do it.
Oh, thank you, Cortana, as well. Or that. It is very bright outside. It is snow. I don't want snow. Please, no. As teenage exocolonist had some non-monogamous characters you could date and stuff. Yo. Oh, cutscene. Jeez.
Surprise, bitches.
I'm so sneaky. Why does it sound like I'm walking on water?
Release me, you fiends! Do you know who I am?
Psh, Island Shorewalker. Try to escape and slice gills into your neck. Maybe then you'll be able to breathe underwater.
You think me cowed by simple threats? We Laminsons will not be intimidated by your base savagery.
You try my patience, finless one. Continue your squawking and I'll drop you over the rail.
Look at Clutchfather go.
Psh, you how?
Oh, we didn't have to do shit. Let's go.
Ah, my rescues have arrived at last. Who are you? You're not a Maelstrom soldier. What in the Navigator's name is going on here?
Psh, cat. I will defend the counselor while you liberate the key to his shackles. One of these Coral Trident zealots must carry it.
Let's go. Oh, what the? Oh, it took a second. Okay. It almost looks like he's injured with the way he puts his hand on his hip. Da, 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 da. Might be a bit over leveled. Maybe a touch. Why can't I? I did not want to be targeted on that boy. How many do I gotta kill? Many. Maybe? Oh! Good thing I didn't attack them. I didn't have to. Why is he a lower level than the rest? He is chonkier, though. I got the key.
Let's go. Why has the Sahagin come to my aid? Am I to trade one captor for another?
Shut up and accept my key. All right.
My thanks. Those manacles were beginning to chafe. Now I can see that you are some manner of sellsword, but I am not quite sure what to make of this. Or scaled gentleman. A friend of yours?
Hi.
We are not free of this yet. Stay close to me, lest you be tossed overboard.
Uh-oh. A bitch.
Psh, it seems that the mantle of the Scarlet Sea Devil will not sit firmly upon my shoulders until I've sent you to the depths. Zug, do you not realize what is at stake here? Your reckless ambition endangers the fate of our entire tribe. The Shorewalkers are ready their armada even as we speak. Does the thought of war with the finless ones now frighten you so? Let them come. My antics are as a spawnling's mischief compared to the mayhem you once committed. Ready your spear, old one. Let us see if the years have stolen your skill as well as your spine. Hey.
F?
Psh, the wound is not fatal, though it may leave a nasty scar.
Aw.
Psh, I did not ask for your pity. Finish it now. Kill me. Show me a parent who can kill his own child. Sahagin blood ties run deeper than the most abyssal sea trench. You beg for the impossible. I will not slay my own son. I rejected you as my clutch father. Why? Why did you throw away all that you had become? Why did you not seek vengeance with the shorewalkers who wronged us? You know the answers to those questions. Surely you have not forgotten what befell your spawn brothers. At my side you stood, the only surviving hatchling, and shed a river of tears for your slain clutchmates. Psh, yes, I wept for them, and made them a promise. I would avenge their deaths with the blood of 1,000 shorewalkers. I would grow into a warrior both mighty and terrible to behold, the Scarlet Sea Devil reborn. I would do what you would not. You cannot protect that which you love with a name, no matter how fearful. It took the greatest tragedy of my life to open my eyes to that truth. Psh, Sug, I would spare you the pain again. I would have you be the future our people need. I only want what is best for all my sons. Clutch Father. Psh, weigh anchor and take the helm. We make for the nearest shorewalker port. Prepare a boat to take our guests to shore.
I was drinking coffee. All right. Oh.
Kat, was it? Oh, voice broke. Kat, was it? My thanks again. Were it not for you and your Sahagin acquaintance, I would still be rubbing my wrists raw, trying to escape those infernal shackles. 'Twould seem I have been laboring under a misconception. I was convinced that all Sahagin, all beastmen in fact, were naught but bloodthirsty murdering savages, with not the slightest concept of peace or compromise. But after meeting Nove, did you call him? Intriguing fellow. Yes, well, after witnessing his exchange with his son, I see now that our fishback enemies are far more complicated than our bedtime tales of horror would lead us to believe. I have 3 younglings of my own, you see, and I am quite eager to hurry home and reassure them that their father is very much alive and well. Before I do so, however, I shall contact the Admiral and convince her to rescind her order to attack. 'Twill not be an easy task, but as the man who holds the nation's purse strings, my words carry a certain weight. Oh, and here. Gulls are often a welcome sight on ships, as their presence means land, and home is close by. The Leontian soldiers began gathering the feathers dropped on deck and fashioning them into trinkets to give to their children as a symbol of hearth and happiness.
I would be grateful if you could see that feather into your Sahagin friend's hands. Beastman or no, I have seen that any father wishes the same things for his offspring. Perhaps in time, we shall find more common ground between our peoples. I only hope that it will not require the threat of imminent war to bring such future revelations to light. All right. So maybe stop calling them fishbacks? Yeah, maybe a bit. You did good. See, is he injured or is he fabulous? We'll never know.
Kat, I have no words to thank you. Without your aid, I do not think the war with the Shorewalkers could have been avoided. Psh, Zug has disbanded the Coral Tridents and is set on traveling for a time. Among all of my offspring, he is the most like me, the most determined and stubborn. I sense he is hesitant to return to the nursery. But return he will in time. And when he does, I hope to see him a stronger and wiser Sahagin than I ever was. Such pleasant thoughts will sustain me while I raise his unruly spawn brothers.
Here's a feather. Oh.
Psh, the counselor wished me to have this. I see. A gift from parent to a child. A symbol of joy and family. So many of my offspring were slain by shorewalkers. The raged spawned by the act will never fully leave me. But it is nothing compared to the desire I feel to protect my surviving spawnlings. I pray that this trinket can one day represent not just the bond between parent and child, but also the birth of understanding between our peoples. Psh, you have achieved more for this cause than I could have dared to hope. In the days to come, I only ask that you do not forget us, Finless One. Whenever thoughts of vengeance seek to consume you, remember this nursery, and remember me and my spawnlings. And should you choose to visit, you will always be welcome here. You are no longer some strange shorewalker to us. You are clutchmate.
I'm a baby? I'm baby confirmed.
Kat, it seems that business with the Sahagin became rather more involved than anyone expected, eh? Maelstrom Command very much resembled the writhing chaos of our namesake once word of Counselor Turstan's abduction sparked to call the war. 'Tis fortunate that our marching orders were rescinded ere we launched our attack. There are none in our ranks that fear to step upon the field of battle, but any day that ends without bloodshed is a good day. And I hear that you yourself are responsible for the Counselor's timely release. I like to think that my eye for enlisting talented veterans played some small part in the way events played out. So, Kat, you've averted a war and rescued a high-ranking official. Not a bad result, all told. But we must remain vigilant. While we welcome the possibility of peaceful coexistence with the Sahagin, we cannot ignore the threat of the primal Leviathan yet presents. For the nonce, however, you have earned a respite from duty. On behalf of the Maelstrom, I commend you for your courageous actions and judicious diplomacy. Might you consider a bath during your well-deserved rest? I seem to detect the slightest scent of rotting crab meat. Ew.
Ew. Yeah, I probably need a bath then. Reputation up. I'm now trusted. License to Gill. I blame Wolf for this. I know Wolf's not the reason, but I blame him.